Hi, my name is Tala Tapia, and in this video I'll be talking about mallards, otherwise known as ducks. I'll be using Nico Tinbergen's 4 levels of analysis, which include mechanism, the immediate causes of an animal's behavior, development, which are the changes or adaptations observed from earlier stages, evolutionary history, and function to describe these mallards. Starting off with evolutionary history, mallards are descendants of the ancient waterfowl that lived approximately 65 million years ago during the dinosaur age. They were part of the most diverse group of lizard-hipped dinosaurs called theropods. These dinosaurs were characterized by hollow bones, 3 toes, claws on each limb, and were carnivorous. This group ranged from a crow-sized Microraptor to the well-known T-Rex. Theropods were bipeds, meaning they used 2 legs for walking. Their hind legs provided support, while the forelimbs were available for catching prey. While ducks today aren't flesh-eating animals, they are still considered omnivorous, as they eat anything their environment provides for them. Mallards primarily reside in ponds, rivers, lakes, marshes, and man-made water sources, such as the one you see here. This man-made pond is located in Surprise, Arizona, about a half-mile away from the school I currently attend, which is Ottawa University. The male and female mallards have distinct characteristics that tell them apart. The male mallards have a green iridescent head with a white ring at the base of the neck, and they also have a yellow bill. Their body is a brown-gray color, while the females have a mottled or spotty brown body with a black-orange bill. Their head is a tan color with black streaks crossing the crown of their head and eyes. Mallards, or both genders, are about 20 to 26 inches in length and have a wingspan of about 3 feet. As you can see, mallards and other species of ducks have streamlined bodies. They are aerodynamic and compact, adapting for ease in the air and in the water. Mallards are dabbler ducks, meaning their legs are placed further forward under their bodies to walk easier on land, but are not built to dive underwater. This doesn't stop them from being excellent swimmers. Mallards are such great swimmers because of their specialized webbed feet. They've adapted to live on land and in the water. The skin between their toes acts as a paddle, providing propulsion and increased surface area for them to efficiently swim through the water. Their strong leg muscles also provide the necessary power for propulsion. Some other adaptive characteristics are their bill shape. Their bill shape is flat and wide, which acts as a scoop when consuming their food. Slight serrations can be found around the edge of their bill to aid in filtering the water and grasping insects and other food sources, such as the bread I'm feeding here. Mallards have 2 layers of feathers. The exterior feathers that provide shape and color also work to keep the interior soft, fluffy feathers dry. Ducks in general produce a waterproofing oil that keeps the interior feathers dry when searching for food underwater. Preening is important to remove dirt and parasites, but also to evenly spread the oil around the body to keep the feathers waterproof. Mallards primarily hunt in shallow fresh water by submerging their head underwater to find any aquatic plants or insects. The main food sources they primarily consume are aquatic plants, grass, seeds, insects, such as worms, snails, and larvae, and even crustacean and mollusks. Mallards occur year-round throughout North America and the Canadian borders. Not all types of mallards migrate to a distant country or continent, but most migrate in the fall to escape the cold weather in the north and spend the winter months in warmer climates such as the Gulf Coast. Then they fly to the northern US and Canada in the spring to mate and reproduce. Mallards rarely travel alone, as you can see in the video. Male and female mallards, off to the right you can see, they travel together even with other duck species. They are capable of socializing with other duck and bird species as well. Each of, the, each of these adaptations has worked specifically to protect their species through evolution. Each generation of mallards, as they reproduce, gave their children the necessary traits to be successful in survival, as we can now enjoy seeing mallards almost anywhere in the US. I hope you enjoyed learning something about mallards. Thank you for listening and watching.